Today is a little different kind of a video. I'm returning to Candle Magic, and I think you're going to like this one. I've got it structured very well. I'm going to show you how to create a fast action accelerating spell to achieve a goal.
By word and wonder, my name. Remember it well.
Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Casting Cauldron community. Please consider becoming part of the Casting Cauldron community. I talk about metaphysics, mysticism, now all of that is occultism, working with nature-based spirituality practices, a couple different paths and traditions that I have worked with over the years. And I am a mystic. My name is Sabrina and I'm a mystic. So if you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning and you are part of the Casting Cauldron community, welcome back. Thank you very much. So I'm going to be showing you all of the things that you're going to need for this particular candle magic working. If you know me, you know I'm crazy about candle magic. I've had some amazing things happen. I've had some incredible images left over in the wax after doing a working. And I love to share my enthusiasm and all of my experiences and my high strangeness sometimes. And whatever I come to actually realize has a logical explanation. I'm going to be sharing that with you too, because I'm always learning and I'm always growing. Right. If you find yourself stuck or distracted and not really being able to figure out how you can get yourself moving or how you can get something else around you to respond quicker, and that might have to be because you have to create that type of a feeling inside yourself as well. As you're calling it into reality, you are motivating yourself, and then other energies around you will respond to your enthusiasm and your actions as well. Now, the setup I have here with my phone on the ring light is not going to allow me to lower to a point where you can still see me. So I'm going to have to switch back and forth to show you all of the supplies that you're going to need for this working, as well as what, how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to demonstrate it for you. So, it's a good idea to think about your working for several days before anyway. And if you're learning to follow the moon, you want to think about the phase of the moon. If the moon is waning, as it is right now, you're really going to be working more towards clearing away blocks that are causing the lack of energy and action to occur. So this could work for you in that way. Some blocks are going to have to be removed in order for you to get the energy and acceleration going to achieve your goal. Now, this is a slightly more aggressive way of working, but the waning moon relates to Ganesha. And if you know, I've made a Ganesha road opening oil. Elephants are nothing, light and airy. They are, 2-ton, 10-ton animals who plow through whatever is blocking so that they can make an opening, make a path. And so if you keep in mind that sometimes you may have an egg that seems to be cracking in your life, and it can be a little bit dismantling in order for you to be able to really achieve what it is that you want. And sometimes these are the hard, difficult decisions that I've talked about recently that need to be made. You are resisting and you need to ask yourself why. Write down your objections, write down what am I afraid of, and face it and learn how to deal with it so that you can really achieve a very good and positive goal. And this might be just for yourself. So I'm going to change my view here and show you all of the things you're going to need and how to perform the spell. All right, what you're going to need to perform this spell is a black bowl. This is going to correspond to the waning moon. Then you're going to need some instant coffee. Now I'm using instant because you want that to play on your mind. The word instant, you want things to start happening now, not tomorrow, not next week, now. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. A mortar and a pestle, or a spoon or a fork or a whisk to stir the ingredients. You're going to need cinnamon, ginger, cocoa powder, a carving tool for the candle, a red candle, jumbo or taper, a nice long one is good, and a plate to put all of these things on. It can be black, it can be white. In this case, it's red. Also, I recommend, and I'm going to demonstrate here, an anointing oil. I always anoint my candles. I have a very close experience with using anointing oils and how they have helped me in my life, what they are for, and how to use them. So the first thing we're going to do, also you're going to need a piece of paper. We're going to get our black bowl, and we're going to take our instant coffee. This is an adaptation, by the way, of another quick speed up spell that I have seen. And I've sort of tweaked it to work for me so that I'm not copying 100% somebody else's work. All right, hold your hand, your dominant hand, over it. I charge to accelerate and energize my goal to manifest starting now. I thank the living universe, and you can call in whatever else you want, my guides, my guardians, my ancestors, and whatever deity or spirit you would like. The next two ingredients you're going to need are ginger. I don't know if I said that. I'm sorry if I didn't say that. You're going to need ginger. I've put the cinnamon and the ginger together in this bowl. Now I'm going to hold my hand over that bowl, and I'm going to say, I charge to accelerate and energize the speed with which I achieve my goal. Goddess, hear me. I have a need that must be met. That is something that I would say, okay? And I do believe that manifestation ends up ultimately coming from the goddess. All of these things are from nature and from the earth. So I'm going to add that there. Now the cocoa powder. I charge this cocoa powder to accelerate and energize the speed with which my goal manifests. I thank the living universe, the goddess, guides, guardians, ancestors. Thank you. And pour that in there. Now I'm going to take my whisk, and I'm going to go clockwise. It might look like it's counterclockwise to you on the video, but I am going clockwise here. My ginger has lumps in it, so I'm going to try to get those out. And while I am stirring, I'm still thinking, accelerate and energize the speed with which I accomplish my goal now. Accelerate and energize the speed with which I accomplish my goal now. This is a good thing for people that tend to kind of wait for problems to solve themselves. And unfortunately, this is a bad habit to get into. We need to learn to be proactive and stay on top of things before they fall apart, because then they can take a lot longer to get back together again. So now I'm going to take the piece of paper, actually I'm going to carve the candle. Let's get our carving tool, and we are going to carve from the bottom going up what our intention is. All right, because your intention is everything. You must clarify your intention. And in that vein, I'm actually going to be anointing first with clarity oil. I've made some clarity oil. Last year I started really making oils and putting them on my shop. This is my clarity oil, and that is something you could start with. And yes, you can layer oils for similar intentions together on a candle. But you first want to name this candle. So I usually hold it first and say, I charge this candle to accelerate and energize the speed with which I achieve my goal, accomplish my goal. And if you have applied for a job, you're going to put employed with XYZ company. But you're going to carve your name first. First and last name. And your birth date. Now it needs to be a red candle, and a jumbo candle can be used, but a taper candle is just as good. I get a lot of my candles from the Dollar Tree, and I highly recommend it, okay? Because candles are expensive. I have a candle habit, and I have found that a taper candle can be just as effective, and you can get 2 for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Red is for energy and vitality. If you're doing planetary magic, it also corresponds to the planet Mars. And there is no other planet more associated with victory than the planet Mars. Trust me, I've been doing this for a long time. Now, I myself am going to end up carving the sigil of the planet Mars. And of course, the taper candle represents the male form, our willpower. And ladies, sometimes you have to muster up a lot of willpower in order to get out and advocate for yourself. So now you would put on here, under your name, accelerate, and energize. The speed for working getting hired, being contacted. You can put one or all of those things. By, and if you know the hiring manager, write their name. I happen to know the name of somebody right now that I've asked for a little bit of part-time work from. And you're going to write the word now. Exclamation mark. So that's an example of the type of things that you would carve into the candle. Accelerate and energize the speed with which I receive a call for my application, with which I receive an interview, with which I am offered employment, with which I start working at XYZ company. All right? So then, what I would do, if I'm still a little bit foggy about where it is I want to work, take a drop of the clarity oil, put it in your hands. I ask that clarity be brought into the situation so that I know without a doubt what I need to do and where I need to go. Oils are a wonderful tool for holding on to your intention, thereby amplifying it, especially when you light the candle and the fire is going. Now, if you feel like there's a lot of competition for this job, I do have a black cat oil, and you could add a drop of that and ask that you be received and looked at favorably, and that the odds be in your favor. With this contest, you be the one who is recognized and offered the job. Now, if it has to do with getting a raise and making more money, I have a 24 karat gold oil as well. And I like that very much, so I'm going to take a little drop of that. And I'm going to anoint the candle with that. May my money increase. Every week. Something like that. Now I'm going to take some of the powder and I'm going to put it on the paper. And if you've ever done candle magic before, and you've ever rolled a candle that has been anointed or carved, then you know what I'm doing. This is very common. A lot of people do it. And I recommend that you not have any chunky herbs, because chunky herbs like a clove will catch fire and you don't want that to happen. So now we'll set the paper aside. We'll take the plate. You're going to need a lighter. And we're going to light the bottom. I like to affix the candles to a plate, because when I have a freestanding candle, if you're familiar with me or if you're not, I've had some absolutely remarkable images be left behind in the candle wax that will agree with, confirm, or give me some other type of an image that is in regards to the situation that maybe I didn't know about. And a lot of times over the past 12 months, it's actually been an image from the tarot. So yes, I've had some remarkable images, and there's other things that have happened as well. So this is kind of a precarious setup. You have to make sure that it is secure. Now you're going to take some of the powder that you just used and sprinkle it around the bottom. You can add salt if you would like to have a circle of protection if you are feeling uneasy for any reason. But it's not necessary to have a whole lot of products around the bottom of your candle. You've charged everything, you've anointed the candle, you've carved the candle, and now all you need to do is light it up. Everybody, here's where I recommend that you learn how to sit for at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. This is a very tall taper candle, and if it was a jumbo candle, it will probably burn for a couple of days. So you're going to get into the practice of learning how to calm your breathing, calm your nervous system, and be able to get into a state where you have very strong focus because you're very relaxed. The mind is more powerful when it is relaxed. So you're going to light the candle and you are going to sit next to it without distractions for 5 to 10 minutes, either during the day or before you go to sleep. You're going to calm yourself down. And you're going to relax your mind and relax your body. And now you're going to start affirming and visualizing what it is that you want to happen. I am receiving a call from the manager at XYZ company. We are talking. I am making an appointment to come in for an interview, or I'm being asked when can I start, or when I get there I'm being asked how much money are you looking to make, and have those numbers in your mind. State what you need, because you need to cover your expenses and have a little bit left over. If this is a crossover job that you're looking for, it doesn't have to be your dream job. But if it's enough to get you by for now, for the next month or two, to get caught up or have enough gas money to go somewhere on the weekends for the summer, whatever your goal is, see it being accomplished. You're having the conversation. You know the person's name. Play it out as much as you can, as real as you can in your mind. Now, if you're not able to do this, simply state with your voice, I'm receiving a call from Miss Meyer at XYZ company. She's asking me to come in for an interview. I am willing and able to go. When she asks me I'm available, I speak very clearly. Yes, I can come in the morning, or yes, I can come in the afternoon. I'm available. I present myself well. I am calm, relaxed, I answer the questions. This may not be the dream job. This may not be the job I have forever. But this is a job I'm interested in. This is a job I like. This is a job I want. Maybe I've just acquired some new skills. Yes, I've just acquired some new skills. I'm excited to start working in this field. Whatever it is, you're speaking it into existence. This is happening now. Whatever you are stating, you must state it in present tense. It must be positive, and it must be in present tense. You're going to continue this for at least 5 to 10 minutes. This is coming into reality. This is my reality. This is manifesting now. I do good in this job. I do good at work. I like others and others like me. Everything goes well. I'm able to meet my obligations financially and have money left over to save and go somewhere on the weekends. Guys, it's important to be able to start saving as well. Then You're going to snuff it or clap your hands to put it out. And this is not canceling your work at all. You're in control of this. And you can even state, I'm putting this work on pause right now until I return tomorrow. And by the time this candle is burned completely down, my goal is accomplished, or before. It could be accomplished after the second 10-minute session. It could be accomplished once it hits the middle and you've had a third or a fourth session. Pay attention to your surroundings and pay attention to your dreams, your insights, your feelings, your thoughts, the title of a book that might come into your head, the scene in a movie that might come in your head. These could be things from your life that are prompting you, and jot them down. All right, that is it for today. By the way, I want to say that I've been uploading videos about once a week over the past 9 months, I would say. I'm going to continue that. I think it would be good to have more structure. I think everyone is going to really like if I upload once a week. So I've decided it's going to be a Monday. I'm going to call it Mystic Mondays. And on Mondays, when I upload a video, it could be a variety of things. It could be a story time. It could be a book review. It could be some type of a spell that you could put for on yourself, in your clothing for protection, or it could be a candle working. All right? So be sure to subscribe, hit that bell so that you get notified. And even if you don't, you'll know Sabrina is doing Mystic Monday uploading. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and leave a little comment. Say hi, tell me where you're from. And if for some reason you are unable to perform this spell yourself, I am offering this as a service. It'll be listed on my creator page. The link is here. It'll also be in the description. You'll just touch that link and it will take you directly to the services tab where you will find this spell. Good luck, Godspeed, namaste, blessed be, and I will see you soon.